Hello there, welcome to another episode of World of Tanks with Ungainly Titan. We're here on Sand River and it's a tier 8 battle. I'm in the AT-15, top tier British tank destroyer. And I'm going to demonstrate the importance this particular ridge that I'm outlining in black has in this map. I think it's one of the most dominant positions in the map. You can effectively project fire and sight into all directions, north, south, east, west. And it's useful for both sides of the map. Now, it's best done with something like a light or a medium tank with very good gun depression. But there's pretty good gun depression on the AT-15, and it's a bit, I suppose, tall is the biggest disadvantage to it, but I decided I would try it on this particular occasion. Since I'm having a lot of success with this particular tactic with other types of tanks. Now, it takes a while, of course, for an AT-15 to get to where I want to go, and at the moment it actually looks like the team is a reasonable spread. There's units going both to the south and to the north, which is always to the good. It's always bad if one side is neglected or there isn't enough units or many units going to one of the positions north or south. Now, two tank destroyers have taken a position on the ridgeline there north of our spawn location that I'm marking out, and as far as I'm concerned that's the most useless location in this map. The line that I'm drawing in now is kind of the limit of vision just from the terrain that you get from that location, so their guns are effectively out of the game until somebody turns up within that kind of range of view, which usually won't happen for the first 5 minutes of the game or so. Now, in my current position, I can get a vision on the ridgeline just the edge of the enemy spawn circle, which is actually a useful defensive location. This crew, or this tank, isn't optimized at the moment for vision, so I don't have any optics around it. So I'm basically firing some shots at likely locations, in part to see will I hit anybody, and in part to see will I provoke any return fire. When nothing's happened and the enemy have already advanced fairly far to the south, I've decided I must intervene on this side of the map. My biggest problem on this location is that I'm a very tall tank, so while a lot of medium tanks would in my current location be essentially hull down, with very little to be seen from the ridge at the enemy base area that I was shooting at earlier on, except maybe the top of the commander's hatches. I actually probably present quite a substantial target, but I haven't been spotted. So I have shot at what I can shoot in the immediate vicinity, and I need now to push further west in order to get fire on the remaining enemy tanks. So we push forward behind these rocks and see if we can get some fire on that Oho. It's a big, powerful Japanese super heavy tank, and it is the biggest threat moving down towards our side.
Looks like that one went right through.
The tanks that are advancing along the northern edge of the map are the other side of a dune, so I probably don't have fire on them, but if they did cross those dunes I would have, but then I already have plenty of targets to the south, to the west of me. So there's a limit to how many things I can shoot at any one point in time.
Track is good to go.
And this Japanese super heavy is a pretty dangerous tank. It needs to be eliminated as quickly as possible.
Penetration. Enemy's looking right at us.
Now, I have taken a hit from artillery, but I actually spent a lot of the time not being spotted. So I turn to see if there's anything I can do about this tanks to the north of me, but I'm blocked with the dunes and I'd have to move further west. However, if I was to go further west into a position where I could intervene in the fight in the north of me, I would have to get rid of these guys in front of me here to the west. Now, I wasn't going to penetrate a T-29 from that angle. I didn't realise really it was a T-29 initially when I was shooting at it.
Ready to fire on target.
However, I have a nice angle on that Tiger. And he's out in the open. He's got no cover. He's in the flat ground between the edge of the dunes and his own base.
Enemy is toast.
So we shot him down. Tiger's on the other side of the dunes, and I think that was probably the T-29 taking a shot at me, and he's no longer spotted. However, the enemy have broken through the hills to the north of me, and
Nice shot.
I can now turn in location and get effective fire onto them as well, as long as they're spotted.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
So we shut down the Centennial, and we get a nice hit into the KV-3. So I decided the guys coming down to the north are probably the biggest threat, and I need to return and defend my base. Took a solid hit there from something, probably the KV-3, just from the size of the damage. Probably got a lucky shot into the commander's cupola. Gun on the KV-3 isn't the most terrible, but Russian guns aren't exactly the most accurate either, so he was quite fortunate to get that shot. Now I probably fixate a little too much on the Challenger, whom I don't get a line of sight of, and missed the opportunity to get another shot at the side of the KV-3. This is something I will regret later, and the Su-152 has popped up again. Taking some damage, and I bounce a shot off him. He misses me, and I bounce another shot off him as he retires behind the dune.
Enemy's got us in their sights.
So the KV-3's in the village, put a shot through the gun mantlet, and don't hit with either of the remaining two shots. And the Su-152 is up again, so I better finish him off. So we shut down the Su-152, and I said, now I'm going to advance to the KV-3.
They destroyed one of our tanks.
So I'm pushing forward, the KV-3 becomes unspotted. And just as I think I'm getting parallel with the KV-3, I take a flank shot from the hills. And I have to deal with this guy. So this is an IS-6, quite ineffective, quite a dangerous tank. He'd have been better off closing the distance, I think, and firing APCR rather than firing high explosive.
No good.
Bounced a shot off him, but we managed to finish. Well, he's finished off. Now I'm in trouble. The KV-3 is behind me, and if he stays behind me, he'll finish me off because there's nothing I can do about it. However, he lets me get the turn, and once I have the turn, he's finished. So it's all over for the KV-3 as soon as I can put a shot into him.
We got one tank left.
I'm not going to reach the last remaining tank, so that's it. It's game over. We have won.
Now that's how you do it.
So I did 16 damaging ribbons. I think there came top by experience. I think I got top by damage. 4 destroyed and 1700 spotted damage as well in a first class mastery badge. So that ridgeline, like I said, is what allowed me to get both the spotting damage and the regular damage, and it is a very dominant position in this game. So thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you again soon.